Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest in that wonderful little town of Belfair, Washington. Hickville, USA, as I love to call my town. So welcome to my channel, everybody. This is June 2025's Paper Pumpkin Alternative Video number 14, take 2. Thankfully, hopefully, no more interruptions. So this kit is called Full of Charm, June 2025's kit. You could have made 3 of this card, 3 of this one, 3 of this one, and the 9 envelopes, which have all the same design. On the back, as always, there is this QR code that would lead you to a video that would show you how to put this kit together as it is designed, a visual of everything that comes in the kit, and then down here it lists the coordinating colors. Now, videos 1 through 5, I show you everything that comes in the kit. After that, we just kind of move along, right? Down here, this QR code would lead you to this set of 4 dies called Hugs of Bloom dies. They will coordinate with April, May, and June's Paper Pumpkin kit, but feel free to use them for anything and everything that your heart desires, but you do need to be a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin to purchase them. The new set of dies are out and available. They are called the Circle of Season dies. It's a set of 9 dies. They will coordinate with July, August, and September's Paper Pumpkin kit. Now on the back here, you can see that the dies will make an acorn, a strawberry, there's a flower, a leaf, a circle, and a wonderful, wonderful hello. And the stamp sets for this kit are this little branch with these leaves, this branch, which could be wisteria possibility, maybe some lilacs, thank you, this single leaf, which is a little odd to me. I did get to use it, but it was a little odd, just kind of out of places. There was no floral. Miss you. Happy birthday to a wonderful friend. Let's celebrate you. I have used each and every one of these stamps. Yes. Very successfully. And with that being said, I can bring in anything and everything I want, right? So, videos 14 and 15, I will be using the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set and the coordinating punch, which was called the Small Blooms. Yes, it is retired. It was a celebration. Both of these items were. That is because in videos 13 and 12, I showed you I was used the Petal Park. Let me show you those. And I made a full-size card and a note card with an envelope. So here is the full-size card, here is the note card, right? And I had mentioned that if you didn't have the Petal Park, that possibly you could do the same thing with the Thoughtful Blooms. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to be recreating those with a little bit of a twist, of course, using the Thoughtful Blooms. So with that being said, I'm also bringing in the Handmade Punch. This one, I don't know if it was called the Handmade Tag Punch, but I have a little scrap of DSP here from another card. I just punched it like that. This is to replicate, well, not replicate, to be as close to as this diamond shape sentiment strip. This is as close as I got to it, so this has to do. And then to put a sentiment on top of that, we are going to use that 1 3/4 inch circle punch or die. It's up to you what you have. This is easiest for me to do on camera, and some scrap white. We are going to use the sentiment from Thoughtful Blooms. It says, I'm always amazed but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. We are going to be using that one on that little scrap piece here. Now, I've already, because this is take 2 of this video, I have already cut my envelope right here. So I've already cut the envelope apart, and all you had to do was cut the sides off, a little bit off the sides, then you cut this off, and you cut the flap off, and so those 2 will be used for the note card. I'm going to set those aside, and I trim this down just by taking off 1/16 of an inch to get it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is going to go on to my card base, just like that. Not yet, though, because we're going to do some stamping, right? We have stamping, and to do that, bringing in a Stampin' Pierce mat. These are polymer stamp sets. We are actually going to start with our sentiment. And we are going to do this again, just like we did in videos. Oh, I didn't do a sentiment. Except for the inside was thinking of you. Right there, right? So we are going to go ahead and stamp this sentiment in Old Olive. Ink up my finger as we do it. Right here. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. We're going to need this again in a minute, but let's go ahead and punch this out. Nice little TT down there snoring up a storm. This is just going to sit inside like that. And we're going to take the little, I have all of my little blocks here. So this little leaf, I'm going to do a little bit there. Then I'm going to stamp off. All right, perfect. Now we have a little bit more greenery on there. So this one, I'm going to need that there. We're going to bring this in. This is our look-see to see where our focal point is going. Now on this stamp, there is one part of this stamp that is almost, let me show you on here, this little line that just ends right there. I know a flower is going to go on the end of that. In my head, that's how it is supposed to be. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to lose some of this behind here. But my idea is I want it about right here because I want a flower up there. So I am now going to get this right about where I want it and stamp. I know a flower is going to go there. I'm going to turn it this way. This is going to come in here. And this one's going to go this way. All right. Now I'm going to fill in a little bit with that little green. Oh, this is a little bit bigger, isn't it? Ooh. That's a little bigger than what I want. So I think we're going to take this and do a little there. I don't want that one with the line here. We're going to do a little there. All right. Is that good? No, we need a little bit like here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to fill in there, but we'll fill that in as we go. Still taking a look-see. This one is just a little big for what I'm looking at. We're going to put this right in there. Now, I have done some prep work, and I started with some those pearlized enamel effects instead of pearls, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not happy with the results. Not like totally thrilled. It's okay, but I think I really want the halfback pearls. So we're going to restamp some of these. And that's okay because now you get to see how I did it. So I'm going to move the Old Olive over there and bring in the peach pie. And I have a scrap piece. There's a note to myself for the note card. I did 5 flowers. Not sure if I'm going to need all 5, but we're going to work with it. So I'm going to do 2 of the outline images just in peach pie. I want 2 of this solid one. And then I'm going to use these two little ones here. These are from a previous project, and those are actually, where's my dies? Those are from the Circle of Season dies, this little one here. But they're already done, and I'm just going to hopefully be able to get a little pearl on that one that the pearlized effects. And I'm also using this little punch I got at the thrift store a while back. And I am just punching a few of these small ones to go in the center. I can punch more if need be. Just with some scrap paper. Where's my little punch? This one you could stamp on top of this one, like in a lighter color, stamp off. I just chose not to. I don't mind the white. Let's see. I'm going to have to cut this. It's not wanting to let me get in there very well. Let's see. Much better. Much better orientation on it. Oh. All right. I think that's all I'm going to need. With that being said, we're going to take a look-see. We're going to lay it all out. And TT is just snoring. So there's our sentiment in the center. And we need these two little ones. So I know that I want that one there. This one here. We're going to repeat that over here. And then this little one right about there. And that one right about there. And then possibly like this one here. This one here, it looks like we're going to need a couple of more of these little ones. Just trying to use up scraps is all. One. Oh, it did. It gave me a solid shape. Awesome. All right, I am ready. Now that I know what I'm doing, we are ready to get these all glued down to this one. Possibly. If the glue wants to work for us. It's hot. I don't blame it. It usually would flow, but it hasn't been used here. So let's see. It's not cold, but it still doesn't want to work. It does happen. Oh, there we go. Just needed a little bit of help is all. I'm just using my tabletop here to make sure it's level and even. It does help doing that. All right, this piece is getting glued down. I'm deciding that I want the floral facing up. All right, in the center. This piece can go up on dimensionals. little triangle formation will work just fine. If you're wondering what happened, that's me losing losing battle with the blackberry bush. It does happen. All right, that, and then we need the minis. So one is going there. I usually don't do that, but let's, oops, that's why I normally don't do that, but we did that anyways. We're gonna go with it. So this one, where's the other one? All right, and then we're not going to try that again. This one right like that. This is fun to bring back something that was so, actually I can tell you that I know the exact date when I got this set, Thoughtful Blooms, June 3rd, 2017, because it was the date that I went to a in-person event. I was not a demonstrator at that time, but took my daughter and a girlfriend went with me, and we went to an in-person event, and I had made cards and was going to share them with my mother. So that was the day before that tragedy unfolded. But I do know, I can tell you the exact date I got this. She had, you know, one of those little prizes that you got, and I won this little punch that day. And then I immediately, my daughter, who I took, won the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set. So yes, I was so excited because I thought, oh, my mom is just going to love these. So you could put those. Those would be, I might punch more of these. Anyways, just a note to myself. I do remember when I got the set. Exactly. I remember exactly what I was doing when I got the set. Because things like that will make you remember. Nothing bad about the day. The date was a great time with my daughter and my girlfriend. I really, really love that. Now, there is this little flower. I think we're just going to stamp that in Peach Pie. So let's bring back the stamp in Pierce Matte. I'm going to go ahead and close this up for the moment. Oops. And bring back this one. And just stamp that right there. And one right there. Absolutely love it. There's a little smaller flower that I don't think I really want to do anymore. So on the inside, it's going to say thank you in not garden green, in old olive green. Then we'll do the finishing touches on everything here in a minute. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So we could do stamp off. I kind of like the idea of doing the flower there and then ink this up and stamp off and doing that like that. So it's kind of faded. Let's stamp our envelope. And we are going to stamp full strength here. Second there, and I am going to, oops, I almost inked that right up in the green, in the old olive. We're going to stamp off, add just a little bit. And then we want to stamp, this is from this one, it says thank you. We are going to stamp that on the front from the same Thoughtful Blooms. Are we all done? Yes, we are all done stamping. I can close that one up. I'm going to close this one up, and these two, let me show you. These two look all right. It's these ones that just didn't look right, so I don't want to use those. Sorry, and these, it didn't come out. I meant to use these, didn't I? And I didn't. I mean, I could put this one here. I was going to use those. Let's see if I can cover this up. If I can get a pearl to cover up that blob, we'll use it. If not, we won't use it. These were from my Aunt Carol. These have come in so very handy. She knows how much I use these. So which ones? A little one won't do. That one will do. But do I want something that big on it? I would have to do that on all of them. All right, we'll do it. We'll do it. So let's glue that one down because it does cover it. It does cover it quite nicely. Perhaps I'll use those other ones on the note card. All right, so these are going to have the teeny tiny pearls. And these will have the big pearls. We'll even do a little pearl on those little ones. Now if I can get them on there before it dries, because it's so hot. Oops, not that one. All right. This one. Oops. That one. And then we need, it is this one. Pretty sure. Not sure. Not sure, not sure. I'm not sure yet. Yes, we are sure. That one is definitely not it. Not it. And we need one right there. And it looks so much better. So much better. All right. There we go. Oh, it looks so good. I'm looking for the lid. It's right here. Because otherwise these can go scattering all across my room. I would never get them back. I would never get them back. So I'm always amazed, but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. Quick, easy. So I do want to show you the one we were trying to recreate from Petal Park, right? So this one, we have a sentiment. This one, this one was such a larger stamp and flowers that I didn't need a sentiment. This one, we put a sentiment in it, and we did the florals through the center. So hopefully, if you didn't have Petal Park, you had Thoughtful Blooms. If you had Thoughtful Blooms, maybe you didn't have Petal Park, and this will give you an idea to use that envelope from this kit. So with that being said, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share my love of paper crafting with you. And I hope that this may have given you some new ideas to use the envelopes for cards, because that's what this is all about, right? And I look forward to doing video number 15 with you. I do plan on using the little thank you as my focal point for my sentiment on the note card. in seeing what I can come up with. So I look forward to seeing you there. So please come back and visit me here in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everyone.